guys, let's talk about foreign trading as a business. Welcome to the video. My name is Brando Linick, and this is really going to be a talk about, like I just said, importing and exporting. Alright, if you're looking at starting an importing and exporting business, there's a lot of legal obligations and regulations you got to follow through, and a lot of different approaches you can take when it comes to it. I mean, you could do importing and exporting on vehicles, you can do gadgets and gizmos, electronics, alright, you can do clothing items. There's a ton of different things, and because it's so broad, I'm going to share with you principles. I'm going to do a little review on this and then share with you my experience as well. So you're going to want to know this stuff. But in a sense, when it comes to an import and export business, it can be, alright, as simple as making sure you know someone who is a dealer or a wholesaler, alright, or someone who's a manufacturer owner of another, plant, or they're, located in another country, whether that's a dealer, a wholesaler, a distributor, alright, or a manufacturer, and they're in another country, let's say Japan if you're in the United States. Well, what you can do is build a relationship with them, and you can import cars, alright, import clothing items, import electronics from that wholesaler or that dealer, okay, into the United States. Now, like I said, there's a lot of regulation that goes with this, especially when you have bulk things or expensive things like vehicles themselves. And aside from that though, once you meet the criteria to actually get a vehicle or clothing items in, alright, the States, it's just a process of marking it up, alright, and then kind of flipping it in a sense. So I guess you could say it's more like buying low and selling high. I've known a lot of people that do that, but if it's with vehicles, some people will actually fix up vehicles and then sell them and turn a profit. But you got to make sure that it's street legal where you live. If you're in the United States or Canada watching this video, make sure it's street legal or else it'll get booted off the streets. But that said, in an essence, that's how it's really worked. Okay, that's the principles behind it. Building relationships with distributors and manufacturers in different countries. From that point on, you can start posting things up on Craigslist, start building through social media marketing, and establishing your authority in the marketplace. You want to start off though with a specific niche you want to tackle. So I wouldn't suggest that you start off with just, cars, trains, planes, automobiles, gadgets and gizmos. You want to be specific. You want to go with just cars and certain types of cars, certain brands of cars. Alright, if you're doing clothes, you want to go with certain types of clothes, certain brand name clothes. Alright, if you're doing gadgets and gizmos, electronics, you want to do the exact same thing through the whole process. Keep it a niche. Alright, don't go all over the place. That way you can actually attract the right customers to you a lot quicker. So I hope that makes sense. And in essence, that is how it's done. Having done this before in the past, I will tell you, whether it's with vehicles, importing and exporting, or it's electronics, the process of buying from another country, waiting for it to come and arrive, and then being able to turn a profit off of your business, alright, your product, it can take a long time. There's a duration process, and it can elongate depending on, what the border does, if it does meet regulations, and just due to that fact alone, if you're really only looking at this because you want to build a business to be your own boss, to create an income, without going through the headaches of that, because I'm telling you, it can be a headache waiting for a product, waiting for a car to come in, and it's taking longer than usual, and you already have a customer that wants to come in and buy it, alright? Without going through those headaches, if you're looking at building a business because you want to be your own boss, create your own income, I've got a lead I want to throw your way before you consider starting an import and export business. Before you consider starting an import and export business, my story with this goes back a year ago when I transitioned from this business model, came across a person who was building a business on the internet without having to do importing or exporting, and without having to wait, alright, for things to come in properly, and without any of that stuff, without supplies, equipment, employees, managing and maintaining that on a daily, weekly basis like you have to do with an import and export business, which, just to let you know, FYI, does cut down from your time freedom, alright? It eliminates a lot of your time freedom where you could be doing what you want to do, but you have to maintain supplies, equipment, employees. So that's one thing to keynote on, but because this person was building a business online, not dealing with any of that, just building it right from their laptop, okay, traveling around the world, building a business at the same time. It was attractive to me. I mean, this person was making more money every month than I was making in 2 years, and I started to model and copy them in less than a month, and total of 3 months in total. I was able to put my traditional business off to the side, create a full-time income business working part-time on the internet. Haven't looked back since. I share that with you strictly because I worked my butt off and had to learn some things. Okay, I had to work my butt off really hard doing that, but not just that. If you're looking at building a business because you want time freedom, leverage, flexibility, you want to build a business to be your own boss, to create your own income, to have stability, if that is really what you're looking for, learn to build a business on the internet where you don't have to go through the headaches of planning and getting supplies and equipment and employees and managing and maintaining that, alright? Because I'm telling you, if you've never done it before, it can beat you up, alright? So that's just my tip. That's my last little overview. In closing with this video, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I put together for you. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to build a business on the internet before you consider starting an importing and exporting business, if this makes sense to you, alright, to help you create an income where you can get the results that you want, connect with me on my site. Check it out after. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll see you on the beaches of the world. Take care.